Hello, thank you so much for joining me for this presentation all about how to attract brands for wholesale. My name is Rosie Willis. I am a graphic designer and creative business coach. I help creative business owners harness the power of captivating artistry so that they can unlock their creative business success. A little backstory about me. I have been a creative business owner since 2009 and have experience in stationery design, creating paper goods and gifts for wholesale. I have created custom artworks. I have sold templates on Etsy, and I have various custom print and design projects that I have worked on over the years, mainly in the luxury wedding business sector. When I was working full time as a dental nurse a few years back, my creative business was still a side hustle. I had at the time a bit of an obsession with a brand called Anthropology. It was a fancy goods chain. They're still going now. You may not have heard of them, but at the time they were hugely popular, and I loved everything about them. And I basically dreamed of having my handmade products that I was selling online part time, well, not part time, as a side hustle at the time. I just dreamed of having my products in their stores. So in my lunch breaks, at my day job, I would read their blog posts and look at all of their gorgeous products. And in a way, I was getting to know my ideal client, but I didn't actually know I was doing that at the time. I didn't know anything about ideal clients or buyer personas, but essentially that's what I was doing. I was really getting to know them. I would just, learn everything I could about them. And yeah, so anyway, one day, completely out of the blue, around, I'd say 6 months after me just getting to know everything about Anthropology, one of their buyers from Philadelphia reached out to me. Little old Rosie, sort of handcrafter, lives in England. Suddenly they reached out to me and I was gobsmacked, and they wanted to place a really big order. It was a life-changing order for me at the time. It was a wholesale order, and they also wanted me to create some more custom bespoke products to fit into their gift and stationery range. This order led to more orders and also purchase orders with the UK division of the brand as well, sort of further down the line. Yeah, it was a dream come true for me, and it did end up leading on to more opportunities for me in wholesale, but also other exciting custom projects. It enabled me to go part-time in my job and then eventually leave my job forever, which was amazing. It gave me that social proof, I think, because when you work with a big brand, or you work, with, it can be smaller brands as well. When you do get to work with companies rather than just individuals or end users, it does give you that sort of social proof that can then lead on to other exciting opportunities. So in this presentation, I will share the things that I did to attract my dream wholesale client to me, and also some other tips that you can use to help you do the same. These tips will work just as well if you are looking to just dip your toes into wholesaling with smaller stores and smaller boutiques too. So don't be, freaked out that you need to have a big team ready. And, you can do this slowly. You can try it with smaller brands and smaller stores to start with, and just to see if you actually enjoy doing wholesale. Yeah. So one of the first things that I did, and what I believe is the foundation to attracting my dream wholesale brand to me, was understanding them. So you need to get to know your dream wholesale clients. So essentially their ideal clients. By getting to know them in depth, you will be able to create products that align with their brand and fit into their product line perfectly. So here's an example for you. My New Year's resolution kits sold out within 2 weeks online and across all of the Anthropology stores in the US and in Canada. They sold out within 2 weeks. And I think the reason for this is because I created a product that filled a gap in their current product line, but that also complemented the products in their capsule already. So I specifically created something to fit into that range that filled a gap. Um, So you really want to learn about the brand's values, you want to learn about their target market, you want to learn their aesthetic style, and you also want to know, like I said, the product offerings that they already have. So identify where your products can fit within their range. Then also, before I carry on with any of this, I also want to make it clear that you do need to ask yourself, does this brand fit with my values? Does it fit with my aesthetics? You don't want to completely change who you are and how you create to fit in with a brand. So I would advise you to, you know, what I would advise you to do is to create a spreadsheet for market research. Keep it all in one place where you've obviously listed, you have sections where you list their values, their target market, aesthetic style, and product offerings. Where you can, and then what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to see clearly in black and white which ones stand out for you and which ones fit with you really well. Um, so, yeah, if you do have any questions on any of this, on how to identify your ideal client, how to get to know them, then leave a comment below in the chat box and I will definitely help you with any questions you have on that. So, the next thing you want to do is up-level your branding and your online presence. So, a strong brand identity and consistent online presence will attract and create trust for wholesale partners. So, you want to be sure to have a logo and a color palette that aligns with your products and values. It doesn't have to be created by, a professional. It doesn't have to be super expensive or super complicated. It can be simple and unfussy, but it does need to look professional. It needs to be clear, and it does need to complement your unique offerings and fit with your products. So the other thing you want to be doing is using your very best photos. So be very considered when choosing the imagery for your website and your marketing material, both online and offline. Choose only your very best photographs. Make sure they're very clear, very in focus, all the obvious stuff, and highlight your best products as well. The other thing you can do is, if you've got testimonials, try to pepper them throughout your website. Try to have them definitely on your homepage and on a few of your other pages as well. You can't go wrong with testimonials. They're like gold for your business. They give you social proof, and it also further enhances your professionalism as well, and that all important trust factor. So, how do you feel about your branding? Do you feel like it needs some work? If you need any tips on DIY branding, let me know. I have a ton of experience in branding, and the first sort of years of my business, I did all of my branding myself. It can be done. You can DIY your branding. You don't have to pay for an expensive designer, especially if you're just starting out or you're a few years in and you're still finding your way. So let me know if you have any questions at all about designing logos or choosing the right color palette, anything like that, and I'll be happy to help. Just pop them below. So next, we need to create products that align with that brand. So that means products that complement the brand's existing offerings while still adding your own unique twist to them. Focus on quality and consistency. Both boutiques and international brands love to see a focus on quality printing, quality materials, and consistency in quality across your whole product range. If you do have any questions on printing as well, let me know. I have got 14 years of experience in print design, design for print. So just let me know and I'll be happy to help you with anything to do with printing. So next, you want to market your products to capture their attention. For example, I would photograph my products in a similar light and airy style that Anthropologie would photograph their current products. So, they would always have a flat lay style photography for their gifts and stationery, and they'd always have a few little props. So I would also do the same. I didn't copy, but I would do a very similar sort of style. And what that does is it helps your ideal brand to imagine your products in their stores and on their website. I would also blog about their products without sharing my own products in that same post. I would just share how much I love that brand. I would share sort of collections every sort of week or couple of weeks. I would share a collage of my favorite products from Anthropologie. And I do believe that if you do talk about them, I do think a lot of companies use Google Alerts and things like that to know if they're being talked about, and then they will obviously go and check you out, and they might see your products and think, oh, that's a good fit. So it's definitely worth talking about them. Um, Also, engage often on their social media. So when I first sort of started, when I started my business, social media wasn't really a thing. But nowadays, social media is a fantastic way to get noticed by your ideal clients. So what you can do is engage on their social media posts, on their blog posts. Make sure to do it in a genuine way without mentioning your services or your products. Just say what you love about that product that they're showcasing, just genuine comments, and without being spammy, of course. But by engaging with them, you'll create intrigue, and they will probably check out your profile. And if you have your products clearly displayed, then they'll have a look, and hopefully they'll see, oh, this is a great fit for us, and possibly get in touch. So next, you want to make it clear that you do offer wholesale. So a lot of people forget to do this. You may not be ready to offer wholesale. So obviously, if you're not ready to do that, then you don't need to make it clear. You can to make it obvious that you offer wholesale, you can add a wholesale information page to your website. You can share that you offer wholesale on social media. If you're on Instagram, for instance, you could have a story highlight that says wholesale on it so that people can clearly see. You could have a pinned post about your wholesale offerings. You can share that you do wholesale on your blog. And also add a section to your homepage on your website or on your landing page that you offer wholesale. So it can't be missed if you put it on your homepage as well. Then what you need to do is make it easy for them to buy from you. So try to remove as many steps in the buying process as you can. Add your line sheets to your website. If possible, create a page, like I said, where they can order there and then. You just, as soon as they reach out to you, you want to be able to send them all of the information they need straight away. This will include your line sheets. Make sure to include your pricing on your line sheets. Any easy to use order forms that you have, make sure they've got access to those, or a link to your wholesale order page. Plus, you want to include your terms and conditions. This way, they do not need to send you any more emails to request the information. The thing is that store and brand buyers know exactly what they're looking for. So you don't need to create intrigue at this point by withholding any information on pricing, for instance. They are already interested in your product. So when they inquire, make sure it's easy for them to order then and there. We don't want to be putting any roadblocks in the way because, like I say, they're busy. So they'll probably just go on to the next, potential partnership. You also, if you haven't got any wholesale clients yet, or you're finding you're not really attracting any to you, you can of course be proactive. So you can reach out to them. There's always absolutely no harm in reaching out to them. Only good can come from making them aware that you exist. Research brands that have a similar style to you and see if there is a gap in their product range where your products can fit. Send them samples and all of the information they need to order straight away. Be consistent and make it a monthly task to reach out to brands, stores, and boutiques that align with your products. So, hopefully, if you do this consistently, you will soon start to attract wholesale inquiries, and that will just only lead on to more. And hopefully, you'll be flourishing in the wholesale arm of your business. So, I just want to say thanks so much for listening to this. I do hope you found it helpful, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.